Stalkers exist everywhere in the world. Sometimes their obsession seems harmless, but other times it can turn deadly. Today I'm going to share 3 real-life stalker horror stories that will make you think twice. And maybe, from now on, you'll start looking over your shoulder. Emma was a 23-year-old girl who had just moved into her new apartment. She preferred living alone, but something strange was happening in her new home. Every night when she turned off the lights, she felt like someone was watching her. Whenever she pulled back the curtains to check, there was nothing. But then, one night, she saw a shadow outside her window. At first, she thought it was just her imagination. But when she looked closely, a man was standing there, just staring at her. She screamed and ran inside. But by the time she called the police, the man had disappeared. Days went by, and the man kept coming back. One night, when Emma went to the kitchen to get water, she heard a noise coming from her bedroom. Her heart began to race. She grabbed her phone and turned on the light. And there he was, the same man, hiding under her bed. Daniel was a college student living in a hostel. One day, he received an anonymous gift, a small teddy bear and a note. "I see you every day." At first, he thought it was from a secret admirer. But then, new gifts started arriving every day. Perfume, a diary, his favorite coffee. One day, he received a box. Inside was a photo, the same photo he kept near his bed. This wasn't a joke anymore. Someone had access to his room. He immediately spoke to the hostel warden and installed a hidden camera. What he saw in the footage left him terrified. At 2 a.m., a girl sneaked into his room. She just stood there watching him for hours, and then left without making a sound. Daniel immediately informed the police. When the stalker girl was arrested, they found thousands of Daniel's photos on her phone. She had been following him every single day. And who knows what else she might have done. Sophia lived alone and worked at a call center. One day she received an anonymous call. When she answered, all she could hear was a faint whisper. "I know where you are." She thought it was a prank. But then the calls started coming every night. Always just whispers. Sometimes her name, sometimes her address, and sometimes details about her daily routine. One day she received a text message. "Don't go to work today." She was terrified, but still went to work. That day, her office suffered a small fire accident. If she had been there, she might have been caught in it. But then, another text came. "I saved you. Now you owe me." That's when she realized. Someone was watching her all the time, and now they weren't just watching, they wanted to control her life. Sophia immediately reported it to the police, got the number traced, and the truth that emerged was even more horrifying. It was her ex-boyfriend who had disappeared 2 years ago. But he never really left. He had been around her the whole time. Stalking may seem like a small thing, but sometimes it takes a deadly turn. If you ever feel like someone is following you, if you're receiving strange calls or messages, or if something feels off around you, don't ignore it. Stay alert, keep yourself safe, and don't be afraid to seek help if needed.